Walls would seep holy water. Faces were slapped. People were shoved down the stairs, and Fred's hands would appear from nowhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. No Bailey. I've got something to tell you about Bailey. So the other day, he decided to go solo stargazing, UFO gazing. No, even worse. He went UFO gazing, stargazing. He said to me, I'll record it, mate. We have a little bit of bonus content for the patrons and for the channel. You kind of expand out back into the Rendlesham kind of, because Rendlesham Forest was all alien stuff. Anyway, he was FaceTiming me when he was just on this cliff's edge looking over at the night sky. Yeah. It's great. He was just enveloped on FaceTime in this green beam. I haven't seen or heard from him since. I think he's dead. I think it's either being anally probed severely.
Jesus.
By Kelly.
By the aliens that I've just fucking described.
Oh, sorry. Different. We went down different routes. Sorry.
Or he's been taken away to a distant universe. But no Bailey again.
He'll be back.
No Bailey again.
He'll be back. This will be right. Aliens often return the humans back to their.
They do.
Timeline.
True. Bit spangled and mangled though.
Mm.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see who returns. But yeah, no Bailey today. So we're going to talk about 30 East Drive because we're going there very, very soon. And I wanted to chat about it, chat about our expectations, chat about, what we want to do, but also chat about the history of 30 East Drive. And on the 30 East Drive website, which is 30eastdrive.com, there is a page called Happenings. And that on that page is the last 288 things that have happened in that house. So
that's cool.
We can kind of go through some of those and comment, get Lozzie scared.
Ooh.
Because all these things might happen to Loz. Like, for example,
there we go.
Every radiator mysteriously being turned up full, having been turned down by guests.
I could tell you what, in the fucking energy crisis that we're currently living in, these ghosts need to get their attitude checked.
Yeah. I mean, if that ghost can move to the ancient ram inn and take its radiators with it.
Yeah. Why didn't they do that with the ram?
Quite possibly. That would be great. I mean, Fred did seem to follow us around the country, so
that is true.
He did.
If it is Fred,
but that would imply that nothing is currently happening at 30 East Drive and hasn't been for like a year and a half.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? We don't understand how ghosts work. Maybe they could be everywhere, all at once. Or
maybe there's multiple ghosts at 30 East Drive and we just took one of them.
Yeah,
maybe.
Possible.
Maybe. But who knows? Dipping in and out. But yeah, so 30 East Drive. First of all, we're all looking forward to going back.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going for the first time.
Nice. Quality.
Yeah.
Scott is nodding on an audio podcast.
I just took a sip of my drink and I was just working on the swallowing part of that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the question that suddenly.
But yeah, so we're all looking forward to going back, which is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to going back.
Why do we... I've got a terrible memory. Why do we think that Fred followed us from 30 East Drive?
Because he kept cropping up on all the Estes methods and stuff.
Yeah.
What was he saying?
Fred.
Hi, I'm Fred.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was there. I just can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I had for lunch. I do, actually. It was a big, huge sandwich. It's this big.
Oh, that's a big sandwich.
It's
fucking massive. It's bigger than my head. I held it like this.
There's a roll.
It was bigger than my head. A bat.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so we're going to be driving up the day before this time because last time we got a little bit tired. I had a golf competition in the morning and then we drove all the way up to Pontefract and did the investigation, and everyone bar Maya slept at some
Everyone
point.
just
So
went to sleep and left me to wander around the scariest building I've ever been in on my own. And it will not be happening again. If you guys go to sleep, I'm just going to sit with you guys.
Just sit in silence, awake with us.
I'd be scared.
I think that's
it'll
weird.
be fine. It'll be
Yeah.
fine because we're getting Airbnb the night before. We're going to relax and chill on the because we get it from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. the following day, which is pretty cool. I swear last time was 6 till 8.
I think so.
We got it for like 14 hours, but this time we're going to get it for a lot longer. So that means that we can actually go to sleep, which is what I plan on doing. Like, I think that we should, investigate probably till, I mean, if we could obviously, integrate the witching hour and stuff, perhaps. And then around 4:30, go to sleep. And then we've literally got the whole morning to rest until we have to leave and then drive back. So yeah, I mean, if we need to go that long, because isn't there technically 2 witching hours? One is 3 till 4, and the other one is 12 till 1. Which I mean, getting a bit older now, 12 till 1 is much better.
12 till
That's
1's
the
my
real one,
favourite
isn't it?
witching hour. That
Yeah.
is my preferred
I
witching hour.
think
Yeah.
the 3 till 4 witching hour is, I don't want to call it fake, but less authentic.
That's the one that you normally see in clickbait thumbnails where it's I spoke to the ghost of Shaquille. He's not dead. No, I think someone else. Kobe Bryant at 3 a.m. I FaceTimed Kobe Bryant at 3 a.m.
I used to love those videos. They were so insensitive. Bring them back.
Was it J Station? I think that was J Station.
Yeah.
And Sam and Colby, they used to do that.
Oh, they did.
They used to love those kinds of things, like Charlie Challenge. And
Oof.
Yeah.
I ran round my own house at 3 a.m. in the dark.
Yeah, and those videos where they used to order dark web boxes online.
Yeah,
and they were just shit that they bought on Amazon and put them in a box.
Dark web boxes was the highlight of my YouTube watching life.
They were very big during lockdown, and also I made that parody video.
Yeah,
and just the amount of fucking comments that were like, "You faked this." It's like, yeah, that's the point. Like they thought I was actually trying to pull it off.
Yeah.
So I spent the first half of this video tearing the shit out of the people that do this. Sponsored by Beerhawk, and then I put. And then the other comments were like, "Oh my god, how disgusting! He put a severed tongue in his mouth." It's like, that's not real.
I mean, that would have been disgusting if you had. To be fair.
Yeah, it was literally a plastic tongue. But yeah, managed to. So it was weird. Like, half the internet was fooled, the other half was disgusted that I would do such a thing because they thought it was real. So
it was a great era.
Yeah. It was a great era. Fucking every video I was doing in that period was getting between 60 and 120,000 views. It was fucking awesome. But there we go. That was my era, 2020. What a great year. Guess not. I feel very mixed about that because like people are, lockdown was awful, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is the best thing that happened to my career.
Yeah, it's a very mixed bag there.
Yeah.
Mpox.
Huh?
Mpox.
Oh, monkeypox. Yeah. I mean,
I've
I've semi-retired now, so it doesn't really affect me. But
get yourself back out.
Yeah, I might fucking get back here. I might
one
fucking
last hurrah for the monkeypox.
Yeah, I might just fucking. I can't think what's the saying.
Get the band back together, but it's not
something
really
like along them lines. Yeah. I want to say pull up my trousers for one, but it's not that's not what it is.
It's all this time just letting it hang loose.
That's it.
Yeah.
Saddle up for one last ride.
That's a good one.
One last rodeo.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But no. Yeah, so 30 East Drive. It's an interesting place. I know we got a little audio recording of Carol last time. If Carol does want to, speak to us as much as she did last time, I would like to get her on camera because she had a lot to say. She had an awful lot to say. Maya, cool. you had someone attached to you, following you about. Scott, you had fuck all.
He blanked me. Yeah.
Literally went through all of us.
She looked at me and then went home for a cup of tea.
Literally, she went through all of us, looked at Scott and was like, anyway, enjoy your evening and try not to die. It was mad.
It's so
walked off.
funny.
I was stood there like, okay.
It was nuts. But yeah, Lozzie, obviously you're going to experience it. This will be like going off of like haunted rankings. This will be the most haunted place you will have ever visited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is. I know we kind of. It's a really difficult one. I think I'm significantly more scared of 30 East Drive than I am of the Ram, and therefore all the other places.
It smells worse.
Does stinks of cigarettes
when you compare the ages.
Yeah. It's very stale.
It's a lot of cigarettes and a lot of asbestos, though.
Yeah.
True.
We think it's asbestos. It is asbestos. It's like ceiling. Yeah. It's either asbestos or polystyrene ceiling tiles, which I don't think exists. So
I'm sure the last time we went was about a week after I did an asbestos course at work, and it was like, oh no.
Yeah.
That does not look ideal.
Yeah.
It's all right as long as you don't disturb it.
Question. And this may or may not be for Secret Satan. Are we allowed to use the bath?
I mean, it doesn't specify. It does technically, I think so, on the website that it's technically a bed and breakfast.
And is it against TOS if you're in a swimming costume to film yourself in a bath?
Sean's doing a hot tub stream.
Literally. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine so.
I'm just thinking maybe
if this is Secret Satan,
solo, Secret Seance, like solo, Secret Satan solo seance in the bath.
It doesn't
is that a hint
say
that we all need to bring like swimming costumes just in case as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And a towel.
Noted.
It doesn't say anything.
I'm still making the Secret Satans.
In their house rules, it doesn't say anything about not using the bath. So
someone did die in that bath as well. Let's just remember
exactly. Yeah, I'm not just picking the bath for no reason. Yeah,
I thought you just wanted
a perv.
Yeah, no. So I think that would be quite good potentially to do that. A little Secret Satan solo seance. It's very hard to say, but I do need to make a few more Secret Satans.
Does that mean I've potentially got to shave my legs for 30 East Drive? This is outrageous.
Just keep them in the bath. Just don't lift your legs up. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Maybe we won't do the water. I guess maybe we could just do a Secret Satan solo seance in the bath, but without any water, and just put like candles all around or something.
I want to do Secret Satan. I hate it.
That's the whole point. And it's our fault because we don't get as scared enough anymore. So the whole point of Secret Satan is to put you out of your comfort zone. What was your secret? Oh, you had to go and find the doll, didn't you?
I don't want to talk about
the ancient Ram Inn.
Yeah, can confirm it worked in the Ram.
Yeah, but Scott, I actually think yours should have been harder.
Well, yeah, so do I in retrospect. But at the time, it was plenty
harder. I feel like what we should have done with yours is you couldn't leave the house for 2 hours, but you had to move rooms
every 10 minutes.
Yeah, or half an hour or something, and floors.
Yeah,
that makes me feel
retrospectively, yes, I agree.
Because you just sat in the living room for 2 hours.
It wasn't a pleasant living room, in fairness.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And then when Bailey came in and said, "We're now going,"
I
That
nearly
was
died.
fucking evil.
I nearly just gave out. My heart
When I
nearly
was
just
editing
stopped.
that, I literally watched you die inside. No, I didn't want to put it in. It was that fucking bad. I thought that was so fucking horrible. And I am on camera saying, Bailey, don't do it. Don't do it.
I quite enjoyed it, to be fair. In retrospectively, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. But we shall have to see. But I will be putting together some evil ones, and so maybe I might do like, so we'll do 5. I might do like 3. I'll do like 2 that are like, oh fucking hell. 1 that's like, oh, and then maybe 2 that are like quite funny or something.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be fun. We've got lots to do, and yeah, we just need to absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it. Shall we read the history? It's the history on the 30eastdrive.com website, because I thought, might as well go direct to the source.
Yeah.
So this is just a short history of 30 East Drive. So Jean, Joe, and Philip and Diane moved into number 30 East Drive, Pontefract, in August 1966. Almost immediately during the hot summer bank holiday, Philip and his grandmother first witnessed a baffling phenomenon. A fine layer of chalk-like dust falling not from the ceiling, but from a level below head height. In an effort to clean up before Philip's holidaying parents returned, Mrs. Kelly, Philip's auntie, who had been fetched by her mother to observe the falling dust, went to the kitchen for some cleaning implements, whereupon she slipped on a pool of water that had mysteriously appeared. Her efforts to mop up the water were thwarted by more pools appearing on the linoleum, I guess it's lino, in front of her and Philip's very eyes. This was the beginning of several years of incredible, inexplicable events. Green foam appearing from taps and... Sorry, Mara, are we boring you?
Right. Yes. Is that what you wanted me to say?
Savage.
That's it. Green
Is
foam.
that when teachers used to do that in high school? Like,
sorry, are we keeping you awake?
Sorry, are we interrupting you, Maya? Here you are. Fuck.
Green foam appearing from taps and toilets even after the water was turned off. The tea dispenser being activated, resulting in all the dried tea cascading onto the work surface. Lights being turned off and on.
I know what Scott's going to ask.
What's a tea dispenser?
What's a tea dispenser? Is that not just a kettle?
No, I think it's like a...
If you say something that dispenses tea, I'm actually going to leave the call.
No, like a container for,
tea.
Tea. It's probably like back when it was more tea leaves than tea bags.
Yeah, right, you're right. Fair enough.
Yeah, it was 1966. Okay. They hadn't thought about invented bags yet.
My bad. So Gen Z.
Yeah. Lights being turned on and off, plants leaping out of their pots and landing on the stairs, cupboards shaking violently, photographs being slashed with a sharp knife, and an endless list of levitating and thrown objects, including a solid oak sideboard. Dubbed Mr. Nobody by the local press in 1968, the family preferred to refer to the poltergeist simply as Fred, perhaps as a way of normalizing it, as no number of initiatives could persuade the entity to leave the family in peace, and house-proud mother Jean refused to be terrorized out of her house by an entity. Exorcisms were met with indignation. Walls would seep holy water. Faces were slapped, people were shoved down the stairs, and Fred's hands would appear from nowhere and conduct the Christian songs aimed at shooting him off, whilst wearing huge women's fur gloves. What the fuck?
So can you repeat that?
Yeah, come again.
I feel like I wasn't processing the words.
Fred's hands would appear from nowhere and conduct the Christian songs aimed at shooting him off. I guess if our Father who art in heaven, and the hands would appear like like a conductor. It's like taking the piss. It's not shooing. It's shooing, by the way, not shooting. That's my bad, but still same shit. So basically, if you do the Lord's Prayer, hands will appear and just
like that. Note that for when we're there.
Yeah, someone ping it into the drip ideas. Was wearing huge women's fur gloves. In fact, many of Fred's antics were both amazing and often highly amusing. Like when he calmly poured an entire jug of milk he removed from the fridge over a skeptical aunt, leaving the kids in stitches. Ordinarily, poltergeists aren't known for causing grievous bodily harm, and although Fred caused a few bruises and scrapes and a lot of heart-stopping scares, in particular to Diane, seemingly the focus of the haunting, it is rare for a poltergeist to become excessively violent and cause physical harm. But in the case of Fred, that indeed became the case. Late on in his residency, when both Philip and Diane were beginning to exit adolescence, the activity reached a new climactic height, with Diane's long hair suddenly standing on its end, following by her being dragged, kicking and screaming up the stairs. An event that left her seriously traumatized and with clearly visible finger marks on her throat. A full account of the events that happened at 30 East Drive can be found in Colin Wilson's brilliant book, Poltergeist.
Who wrote this article?
Not sure. The owner of 30 East Drive, probably.
Colin.
Hey. Oh, hang on. New owner. Bill Bungay. Speaking of Bill. Billy boy. Yeah, friend of the channel. Set up a website. He was like, can I have your video? I was like, Billy.
Oh, so Carol doesn't own it anymore then?
She never did.
Carol never owned it. Carol's
manager,
the name. Yeah. She just looks after it because she lives next door.
That's crazy. She's been so integral. Is that how you say it? To the advertisement on social media, particularly for 30 East Drive.
Well, that video of her that I didn't know was her until we met her. That video where it's like nighttime and she goes up the stairs and stuff and shit's being thrown around. Like I was convinced, and I was convinced it was real. It might be real. But that was before, I was really into the paranormal stuff, and I saw that video spooked the fuck ago. Out of me. Yeah, it really did. So
I hope she's getting a good cut of everybody's stay fees.
Well, she's being paid to look after, isn't she?
Yeah.
So
she's the neighbor, isn't she?
Yeah, and she does her bit. Because she came out, she was talking to us, and she said, some weird things go on. And as she was talking to us, she was like, "Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that, sir? You hear that? Did you hear that bloody bang? Did you hear that bloody bang? Did anyone else hear that? Bloody bang inside? Did you?" I was like, "I didn't, but you might. Hey, it might happen." That's Fred. That's Fred. Slapping windows, waiting for you to go inside. Here's what you could have won on Bully. No, it's but she's great, and but I'll tell you what really set the scene for me. We literally rocked up, right? And this old boy is just walking down the road, and we're getting our stuff out of the car, and we're excited. He's got well, he could be a plant, would be genius to be fair, but it's just
at that point though. We hadn't pulled into the driveway or anything.
No, we were parked on the side of the road
because we were early.
House. And he was like, "Oh, you going in there?" Yeah, why? He's like, "Oh, there's all sorts of things going in there. I've never been inside myself, but you hear the stories and you see things at window from pavement outside." And we were like, "Oh, bloody hell, that's crazy. How come you never been inside?" "Oh, it's too scary for me. That's far too scary for me, son. I can't do that. Wouldn't be found dead in there. Plenty of dead ghosts in there." And then he just walked off. And I just thought, like, imagine if we like looked back at him and he just faded into like a mist and he was actually a ghost the whole time. But he really fucking set the scene. If he isn't on a commission,
paid
then,
actor,
like,
100%.
literally, he just started speaking to us about it. It was fucking quality.
I'll tell you who else is a paid actor. The entire population of fucking Pontefract. That place is the most terrifying place I've ever been in my entire life.
Yeah. Scott, you're not allowed to communicate with anyone that knocks on the door. Is that understood? Because you will have us fucking killed.
Oh, we were telling someone.
Maya, you were there. You can. Me and Bailey were upstairs live streaming while Scott was trying to get us all killed. Maya, what happened?
Well, we were telling the story. I can't remember when we were saying this, but we were telling someone. And saying it out loud again is just so funny because the guy comes to the door and knocks so aggressively. And he's like, let me in. And I see Scott walking I'm eating my takeaway. I see Scott walking towards the door, hands in his pockets, getting the keys out. And I'm like, Scott, what are you doing? Scott, what are you doing?
Bearing in mind, Carol said, lock yourselves in.
Yeah.
Not because of the house, but because of the people that will try and get in the house.
Yeah, there's signs all over the doors and inside the house to say, do not let people in because it's dangerous. And don't go outside after dark. What is this, the fucking purge?
Yeah.
Relax.
And then this guy's like, fucking let me in, you cunts. And Scott was like,
coming, honey.
In my defense,
I got in front of him. Yeah, go on.
Is there a defense?
I was slightly sleep deprived at that point.
And in your defense,
I want to die.
Also,
I want to take me.
We had just ordered a takeaway. So we were also waiting for food.
Yeah, it's in Pontefract. They're the fucking rudest delivery drivers.
Somehow we ordered takeaway. We went to the chippy to get your food.
Yeah, I ordered.
And then me and Maya
curry and got gravy, or the other way around.
One of those. And then me and Maya both ordered from two separate places.
And got from somewhere that sold fish and chips. So
yeah.
But we walked down because we wanted to go to Spa, the shop. And we wanted to go get meal deals or something to put in the oven or something like that. Yeah. Couldn't go to Spa because someone had fucking smashed the windows in and it was covered in policemen.
Someone had put a trolley through the fucking window. So we're like, right, this might be a dodgy area.
And then we went to the chippy next door. Not allowed to go inside. You have to wait outside and order through a window. And while we're waiting outside ordering Jordan's chippy, there's kids on fucking scooters and push bikes doing like laps behind us, just shouting stuff at us.
Almost definitely Emma Shays. I mean, that's unfounded, but
got no grounds to say that.
If they didn't then, they will this time.
Yeah.
That's it. They're older now. But yeah, then I got in front after the guy was nearly let into the house to kill us all. I jumped in front of Scott like a superhero. Got in front of Scott, in between Scott and the door. And I was like, no, Scott, stop. And then I was speaking to the guy through the door. And he was like, let me in. I was like, why? And he was like, because I want to come in. I was like, well.
He's got sound logic.
That's it. So I thought rather than being like, no, you prick, you're not coming in. I was like, we're not allowed. Sorry. And he was like, oh, why not? And I was like, we're not allowed to let people in as part of the rules of the lease. And he was like, are you seeing any ghosts? And I was like, no, we've been here 10 minutes. We've just got a takeaway. He was like, okay. Let me know how it goes.
Do you know what that was? Do you know what that was? That was a vampire.
Oh.
Asking for permission to come in.
Plot twist.
Was it Damon Salvatore?
Oi.
Don't know who that is.
Vampire Diaries. Hype.
Okay.
The ring's coming off.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, so don't do that again, Scott.
I will make
Scott's not in charge of the keys this time.
Yeah. So no, but it's an awesome location. It really is, and I can't wait to go back. It's going to be. It
would have been a fun story if a psychopath had come in, though. Like, think of the.
Well, no, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what fucking pissed me off is I come down from my live stream and they're telling me, I was like, "Cool, you got it on camera, yeah."
The thing is, though, Jordan, you got to understand, right? So if I had got my phone out of my pocket, started recording, the guy would have been in the house. I had to act quick.
The key was in the lock.
Yeah. And I fucking
at the point Maya intercepted, the key was entering the lock.
So if I'd have filmed it, we'd have all been dead. So
I
was it
was
worth
not
it?
at that point. Maya basically frisbeed her food across the room.
Launched my calzone at him.
Just picked up a
Did you,
butcher's knife.
There is no threat. It's just Maya throwing stuff at me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Like,
Residual
I'm not being
haunting. It's just
funny.
Maya throwing things.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You can't judge Scott's as someone who was of sound mind. Like, have you seen Scott in that video?
Oh yeah, I know. I do
On that
want to.
occasion, you are normally okay.
Yeah, I
But
do.
in
I
that
do want to
video, you were
do
not there.
another live stream, all pre-recorded. It's entirely up to you guys, where we do react to 30 East Drive before the video comes out, because I just but I think it would also be really good for us to watch it before we go, just because I think it'd be good to remind us, and also like maybe there's things that we want to check or things like that. So
there's a few, like, obviously throughout that video, Scott, you're absolutely golden. Like, there's
so
just a couple of bits, like from the start, there's the bit right at the where you're in the bathroom, Jordan, and Scott's on the stairs, and he just goes, "Someone died in that bath, by the way," and you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it was fucking brilliant.
And then the checking out the neighborhood, famous checking out the neighborhood, unreal.
When you're just like
the bit
falling asleep, you got a blanket on. He
looks like he's in a wheelchair.
I don't even have a blanket. I have a pillow.
It's
a cushion.
What is it that you say is so funny?
Something about come in you or something.
Yeah, I think I gave the demons permission
and then
to
you're
come
like,
inside me.
Come on in.
Yeah, come on in. Oh no. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, we'll rewatch it.
But also, there's so much that happens in the investigation, like and also stuff that we picked up on afterwards. Like, for example, the chair that's moved itself, that none of us went upstairs in that time frame.
Weird.
Crazy. And then obviously the door.
Yeah.
And the cold breathing down Bailey's neck.
Yeah, and the which I fucking looked at so much, the audio of him in the coal shed where his voice repeats itself, but it's on the raw of both the camera and the fucking zoom, or was it on what? I can't remember. It was one way. It was
he talks over himself.
It was on both. Which,
it was on both. Yeah, it was on the
initially
raw of the camera
was
and the zoom.
We thought it was a glitch in the zoom at first, and then you reviewed the video, and it was on that as well.
Fucking nuts.
So fucking weird. It's not physically possible that he could have done that, which means, without question, that there was a demon in there mimicking Bailey. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's
proof. Cancel the trip. We got the
proof. It was weird though. Like in that coal shed, it was weird. Like breathing down his neck and stuff. There was, and also because I was in there as well. There were cold patches and shit. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. It's a really fucking cool building. There's been lots of shadow figures seen and stuff. So hopefully, but also because I do want us to sleep, because we do have to drive back. But I want to integrate that as well into the investigation with the use of time lapsing. So because if we're sleeping and then something stands at the end of where we're sleeping, that'd be scary.
Are we gonna all sleep in the bedrooms?
We can either sleep in the bedrooms or we can sleep in the living room.
Because we've got 2 blow-up beds and then there's a sofa, so we could take the 2 blow-up beds and the sofa and all sleep in the living room.
I think that would be potentially cool. Maybe there's a secret Satan that fucks an individual up on that.
Fuck no, that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm putting my foot down on that, because I'm not doing it, and I'm not.
Enjoy your time in the living room while I take the attic.
Oh.
Jesus.
The attic.
You just know Bailey's getting it if he comes back from the UFO.
That's
it. Good point.
Yeah.
So it'd be the least scary thing that he's done in the last few months.
Fair.
That wasn't. It's fucking hell. It was, his life got terrifying.
No, because he's been abducted by aliens.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Guys.
Sorry.
Of course.
Come on, it's your storyline.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
I
thought I'd forgotten some massive plot
about it.
in Bailey's life.
Yeah. Right.
Good.
288 happenings. I'm not going to go through all fucking 288, although they are all one line, apart from a
Speed
couple.
read.
Yeah, no
But
breaks.
anyway,
No chat.
And even no breath.
yeah, no reactions, nothing. I'm just going to read this content.
Monotone.
But no, here we go. Right,
End
so
of the law commercial.
what do we think? Do you want me to read them in order, or do you want me to just scroll, bosh, pick random ones?
Ooh.
Do it in order, then we can always.
All right, then we can revisit.
save.
Okay. Now, obviously, Lozzie, you're going to get really scared by this because
Naturally.
you haven't been here.
Of course.
So you're going to be like, oh my God, what have I got myself into?
Lozzie is the resident scaredy cat, so
It's true.
It's true. Number 1, TV blaring when the house is empty. Witness, Carol, you want to cancel. Number 2, bed in Diane's old room trashed at 4 a.m. Witness, Carol F. Son.
Witching hour. End
True.
of the witching hour, but witching hour nonetheless.
But still. Number 3, figure of a man made from duvet placed on neighbor's son's bed. Figure of a man made from duvet. Is that like literally a stereotypical cartoon ghost of a sheet over the ghost's head?
But then placed on where?
yeah.
Where was it then placed?
Placed
on neighbor's son's bed.
That'll be Carol's son again.
Why are they getting involved?
Ghost has come in covered in a sheet, stood on the bed, and then just turned into a duvet. That's pretty sick. 6'5" shadow of a man walks from kitchen into neighbor's house.
Right, a lot of this seems to be.
Oi, what are you trying to say? They're trying to get 29 East Drive on the fucking on Airbnb.
Carol said how much money that East Drive are making. She's like,
£300 a month. A month? £300 a night.
A night. Booked up for 2 years.
I'd have the entire fucking neighbourhood on there.
That's it. Oh, I'll tell you what. Other night, fucking ghost gone through wall.
6'5".
Right into my fucking kitchen. I said, fuck off, you cunt. You're going to be next door.
Give me fucking chips.
Come in, fucking stole me chips off my plate. I said, give me fucking chips.
I've got Fred by the scruff of the neck. Give me fucking chips.
You took me fucking gravy. Fucking took it.
Douche.
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 Anyway, you can come 29 East Drive, 275 a night.
Undercut by 15 quid.
350 on Saturdays. No. Circle drawn on the back by a finger whilst laying on the floor in the front room.
Who's the witness?
That's horrible, to be fair.
Deborah. Yeah, there's your logic out the window.
Carol's daughter.
No. Don't.
We did meet Carol's, was it grandkids?
Yeah.
Yes.
In a kind of shocking time we turned up, and which added to the atmosphere, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little family vibes.
Yeah. Penny dropping from nowhere, rolling into the middle of the front room.
Nice.
Turning a TV. What? Free money. That's it. Turning the TV off at the wall. Every radiator mysteriously being turned up full, having been turned down by a guest, as I said earlier. Constantly disappearing portable thermostat. Witness. Documentary film crew.
Lozzie's fucking terrified, by the way.
Oh, listen, no.
I just misplaced it like over and over again. So where the fuck is that fucking thermostat?
All right then. Missing keys found inside a broken vacuum cleaner.
Right.
Witness documentary film crew.
I'm pretty sure I figured out how they broke the vacuum cleaner.
They sucked up the keys.
It sucked up a set of keys.
Dolls in the front room changing position.
Creepy.
30's Choice where we first introduced
buttons.
buttons.
It was R.I.P.
And then she threatened to fucking kill our cats because she loved Jordan so much, and then we had to get rid of her. And now she doesn't even feature on Haprica's website, which stresses me out. We got the most activity out of our own doll when we were there, and she don't even feature on the Facebook.
Savage.
Disrespectful.
We'll have to go back and.
I'd love to. Do you know what? I'd love to go back, and this is unfounded and this is mean, okay? Because Neil was awesome and Haprica is sick, and definitely go there. It's an awesome experience, and there's lots of cool shit there. But I would love to go back, and he's doing a tour for us, and he's like, this is a doll called Buttons, and then just gives it a completely fabricated backstory. So I gave that to you, mate, because it threatened to kill my cats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not saying that would happen. I was just be funny.
That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's do it and see what he says.
No, let's not trap him. He exposed fucking the Scoof.
He did.
He did ask us to cut out. I've still got the footage though.
Put it on Patreon.
He did ask us to cut it out.
Put it on Patreon. Like, they can see that.
Yeah. He was like,
he gave us the insider scoop.
Stuff. Yeah, took all my stuff to this morning. And he was like, Phil Schofield. Oof, not very nice. Well, he said he was an asshole, didn't he? He said he wasn't a nice person.
With his
he's a paedophile. So that's understated.
I mean,
take a seat.
Take a seat.
On Chris Hansen.
Take a seat.
But yeah, we found out.
Pedophiles aren't very nice. So
generally, no, frowned upon.
Yeah. So yeah, fascinating. But I would love to go back to Haprica.
Me too. Maybe next.
The only thing I'm slightly conscious of is I feel like all we're planning on doing is currently going back to places we've already been. Like we should go to new places.
Well,
like the RAF.
Haprica is very close to Cannock Chase.
Perfect.
So we could do Haprica and then do the other on a long weekend.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We've also got that RAF base.
Yes, which we'll get into for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Already scoped it out. It's definitely doable.
It's probably been closed up. That was so long ago.
Whoa, Jesus. What else we got? Half the back gate opening fully at 2 a.m. on a calm, quiet night, having just been closed and blocked with heavy concrete blocks by the witness. The fuck? 75% charge phone dying suddenly. This has happened to a few visitors.
Better not.
Glowing ball of blue light in the corridor seen from the window. This has been seen by a few visitors. On one occasion, police were called. Shadow of a tall man running past neighbor's back window, unaffected by fences. Witnesses, neighbors 3 doors down from 30 East. They're getting in on it. Fucking number 27 are trying to do it, the bastards. We said to them, like, fuck off. This is our thing.
This is our turf.
Wanker.
Fucking haunted house turf wars. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Fucking prick supports Huddersfield. Fuck's sake.
Fucking give an inch there, take a mile.
Column of ice, cold air in the corridor. Box of puzzle pieces found on the floor. Puzzle box found to be sealed. Fucking hell. Door under the stairs firmly stuck. It opens fine. Girl held down on a bed in the small room. Witness was a freelance researcher. She said it might have been a night terror, but she hasn't had one since she was a child. To be fair, if you're going to get sleep paralysis anywhere, probably one of these buildings. Candle pot put in the kitchen, placed on a beer tankard within minutes. Researcher sees form in the coal hole and gets pinned in the room. What's that? Always Sunny? Boy's hole.
Oh, yeah. Boy's soul.
The boy's soul.
The boy's hole.
Gotta play the toto to get into the boy's hole. Gotta play the toto to get in.
To get into the boy's hole.
Group of researchers witnessed shadow in the corridor. Shadow captured on film. Now, I did click. There's a link. It does take you to a video that was made 10 years ago.
Put it on
YouTube. No, they'll claim the shit out of it, probably. Research group hear bed moving in Philip's room, then discovered bed had moved. Research group get a voice response using a spirit box. Who's there? What? Why did you? What the fuck? So funny?
It's just then it said like they heard boy's bed moving. They opened the door only to discover the boy's bed had moved. It's just funny the way that it was written. Obviously, it's paranormal, like creepy.
It's horrific. I don't want to go.
We need to take this more seriously. This is ridiculous.
No, it's fun.
I'm gonna hire like some actual devil worshippers to like execute a goat in the living room and splash you all with his blood whilst doing satanic rituals just to get you in the fucking mood.
Scott will let me in anyway, so that's all right.
Oh, shit. Research group gets a voice response using spirit box. Who's there? Monk, do you want us to leave? Yes. Then the voice says, December 1974. Later, a piece of newspaper marked December is found under the researcher's seat. Boom.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Running footsteps upstairs and a growl from the cupboard under the stairs.
The coal hole.
Heavy bang from upstairs. Whilst the house was empty. Upstairs middle door opening on its own. Upstairs middle door. That's a different room to what we had.
That's something that I was going to say. There's been no one else say the door that we had. So
really,
that's really interesting.
Oh, what you mean in this list?
Yeah, which I think like if it was videos. Like, for example, if it was like a latch issue, this would be coming up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Upstairs middle door, according to my map, is the master bedroom.
Yes.
Is that the checking out the neighborhood?
I made my own map.
Nice. It's even Tepper's coloured. We love it.
It is. It took me a while.
That's it. Coal house door jammed on nephew and guest, resulting in panic. I'm sort of scrolling to see if I can see anything about that door opening. The French doors in the front room opened by themselves. Unusual orbs coming out of the cupboards. Don't lie. Everyone knows I'm just not. I draw the line at orbs, man, because it's just basic light refraction on dust.
I feel like if you're seeing them in person, though.
Yeah,
that I can.
If I'm in a room and there's an orb in front of me,
yeah, of course, yeah.
But like, if you watch my camera, because I don't come in this room that often, it's quite dusty. I have orbs going about all the time, and I'm confident that this house isn't haunted. So, I mean, I'm not 100% confident. We've had quite a lot of stuff happen, but
for yourself. There's been a few weird shit, but nothing in ages, which is good.
Nothing. Yeah, that's what I mean. The last time really anything happened was that's why we think that East Drive, because of all the stuff that happened when we got back here, and the stuff that was in the doll,
it's all coming because you heard like tapping and running up the stairs and all sorts of shit, and me, Scott, and Bailey were at fucking Wex buying a camera that I was going to return a week later.
That was the
fucking
next
regret
day.
it. Such a beautiful camera,
and you saw
I had to buy them like separately.
You saw the same shadow figure. Let it go.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Camera. Fuck.
You could buy one now.
Yeah, I know.
Don't need it. The thing is, the camera was wrong. It was too heavy.
No, there was a few things with it. It was a fucking heavy camera.
It was huge.
I had to get a DSLR microphone for it because that's the only port it had for a microphone, and it only filmed in 4K. So the file sizes would have been monstrous on investigations.
Yeah. And it's just not necessary.
No,
I kind of like
it was like fucking movie production quality.
Obviously, like your camera is very, very good quality, but I almost like when we film on the night vision camera, it's just like how real and like
100%
natural it looks.
I feel like when you do shit like that, it's more, to me, I sound like such a prick, but it's more what I feel YouTube was always meant to be. It wasn't supposed to be fucking,
level
fuck
production.
It wasn't supposed to be like, big production kind of stuff, It was supposed to
Set up the boxing.
be what?
Set up the boxing.
No. I've always had an issue with Mr. Beast because I feel like he is single-handedly destroyed that, and TikTok destroyed the fucking attention span of people.
Yeah.
Let
Social
alone
media
all
is
the shit that he's been accused of. But we're not that kind of podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I do like
Could
the
be.
kind of handheld. Nah, fuck that shit off.
No, I'm joking.
I do love the handheld kind of stuff. You know?
I think we're definitely at a pivotal point with social media where I think it's going to start to 180 because people are so sick of where we are. The food shop's now here. I've got to go. I had so many good points.
That's it.
Anyway, back on topic.
That's my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Let me see you, Maya. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, what were we saying?
Cameras.
Yeah, cameras. Oh yeah, that's why we thought that it was haunted, because we came back from 30 East Drive and
we went shopping.
Me, Bailey, and Scott went out shopping. Maya had driven back. Well, we kind of shared the drive back, but Maya was really tired from driving back because I slept on the first half of the drive. And yeah, she heard some weird shit while we were gone. And she was like, "Who's doing that?"
Because she had someone running up and down the stairs. And she had someone cutting their toenails in the bathroom.
It sounded like a snapping, like a cutting, snapping in the bathroom. She's like, "Who the fuck is doing that while I'm trying to sleep?" Which is fair enough. She's just driven us back from thingy. And yeah, she texted me, and I was like, "We are not in the house, so that's fun."
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was pretty grim. I wonder if I'm just wondering, because there's like 288 of these, and they're obviously all things that have happened. I wonder if like some of the stuff that happened to us is in here somewhere, but I'd have to read through them all. But like, just while Maya was talking there, I sort of tried to literally eyeball doors opening to see if that bedroom, and I just can't seem to, see it. Tables were tipped. Guests were thrown out of rooms by unseen hands. Jesus Christ. A Bible was thrown at a guest across a room. Voices heard saying, "Piss off, fuck you, and Irene." A lampshade swung deliberately in the front room. A strong lingering smell of wet dog with no dog present.
I mean, that's just the... okay.
Yeah.
It's just the general odor of the property, I think.
It is a stale odor.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, there's lots. There's 288 recent.
I mean, there's a few more obviously not on that list as well. You had Most Haunted went there.
Yeah. And yeah, the knife in the seat of the thing. I'm sorry, man.
The knife in the seat that then also got thrown at them at one point.
Yeah.
There's the knife for those that are curious.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They also had, because when Most Haunted went, and this was one of the things that really interested me, because to do it themselves, it would have actually been quite aggressive, was Carl and Stuart both had rope burn on their wrists.
Oh, yes.
Which was...
yeah, that's pretty intense.
Like, to do that themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it could be makeup, but...
it could be.
Friends of the pod.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's so many things. Marbles thrown through walls. The witness to that was Yvette Fielding and the Most Haunted team. In fact, I'm at the part where they're talking about Most Haunted. So they also had constant footsteps and bangs from wherever the team went. Large wooden cross thrown off the sideboard onto the bed. They had a brush thrown at precisely the same time. EVP responses to direct questions. Table tennis balls moved deliberately without assistance. The group turned off all the lights, locked the house, and returned the key to the neighbor, only to discover that every single light in the house had been turned back on. Well, did you turn the lights off?
Well, at that point, that's not my problem anymore.
Right. Yeah, there's lots. There's lots of things, and they're all, or a lot of them, are very different.
There's a range, yeah.
Yeah. Single mattress completely disappeared. The fuck?
Just gone.
About 3 a.m., everyone woke up from sounds of someone being dragged in the bedroom with the boiler in. Ugh. A little child's handprint appeared on the wardrobe mirror. There was no children in the investigation.
Okay.
That's pretty. It says there's.
They're getting a bit more tasty. Maybe they go
Yeah.
like severity. I don't know.
Maybe. Let's go all the way to the bottom. A marble was ejected from his chest whilst he was sat in the front room. He sat there and a marble emerges from his body. What on earth? Okay, that's pretty insane. Yeah, so that's that East Drive, which we've got coming up. We're going to do a pod. Do we do a pod in 30 East Drive or a pod in the Airbnb the night before, or both?
I think we do one in the Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
I think we do one there, but then I think we also probably do one in the other. I think we do a full pod there, and we do a Patreon pod probably in the Airbnb.
Okay. What do you think, Loz?
I was going to say, I'd feel like it'd be an opportunity missed if we didn't do a pod from 30 East Drive.
Yeah. I think I agree. Yeah. It'd be quite cool. And then we could have it go out as well after. So after the investigation. So if we did it, in like the middle of the investigation, or even maybe the morning after in the living room, and we could talk about the investigation and stuff. That'd be quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be very cool. But we do need to also, if you guys are up for it, we do need to bring back the live reactions and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's just a good way to kind of flesh out the content that is being created by giving more perspective and stuff like that. So
answering questions and all that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Now, my bad. I forgot to ask the patrons for a question off the pod, which is very naughty of me. I do apologize. But fortunately, in the chat, in the Patreon community chat, which is like a big group chat of everyone that's in the Patreon, in there, which you can join for as little as £1 a month. Last week in the chat, Matty GC asked, does anybody else think that spirits linger in an area even if a building is destroyed? I'm on the fence thinking about it. So what do you guys think? I know, Lozzie, obviously you're a skeptic, but take it from the perspective of spirits exist. Do you think that spirits linger in an area even if the building is destroyed? So do you think the ghost is attached to the building or the location, the ground beneath it?
I would personally say no, but I'm going to try to apply logic to something that has no fucking logic. So bear that answer in mind, because everywhere the majority of places that are haunted, the building itself is almost like a vehicle for the haunting in the place.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll slam doors, or they'll leave finger marks on mirrors, or write stuff on the walls, drop stuff, make stuff fly across the room. I feel like all of that can't happen if there's no physical building. So, but then I'm trying to apply logic to something that doesn't actually make any sense anyway. So, but yeah, my instant reaction is no, but that's just my one take on it, to be honest.
Yeah, I do 100% see where you're coming from. I would, my answer on it is the ground, not the building. I think it could be a bit of both. I think that you could have residual hauntings within a building, but you can also have hauntings on the ground, because you have, you have like oh, this house is haunted because it's it's built on a burial ground, or it's built on a graveyard, or things like that. So therefore, that would imply that it's the ground of which something has been built on, or perhaps the disrespect of building on top of a grave, things like that. But I think you can, with this, I think you can have your cake and eat it. I think you can have it both ways. Perhaps. Again, like you say, applying logic to something that has no logic. You can kind of do what you want with it. I think that you can have hauntings in buildings and hauntings on grounds. So I think you can actually have both.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gave the perfect, basically, rebuttal, which is, sacred ground and burial grounds, that being built on top. My thinking was like the Winchester house, right? If that didn't exist, then how can the ghosts or the whatever spirits be there still be there? Because there's nothing for them to operate in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless it's just like hundreds of just ghosts just stood
in the field
where the foundations were. It's like, nice. But no, absolutely. Scott, what do you think?
And we'll I'm kind of on the same boat of, I think it can be a bit of both. I think obviously some spirits are attached to objects, they're attached to places, they're attached to dolls, physical things. And I think there are some cases where whatever is built on a property will always have similar occurrence. There's a few stories I've heard where, it was a townhouse in the 1800s. And then now it's like a block of flats, and it's the same activity you'll hear across all of it, but obviously slightly different. I think that also then leads into, you hear those ghost stories where the ghost's like 6 foot lower down because the ground level's changed. I think that kind of adds credence to it potentially being the property, not the building itself. But then obviously ones where they interact with the building kind of implies the opposite. I guess, I think it's very much a versatile range of what it can be depending on what kind of haunting it is. But I would say, definitely both.
Well, let us know at home what you guys think. I've got a mixed bag over here. But thank you so much for the question of the day, question of the pod over on Patreon, patreon.com/StudioRhino. It's a great way to support the pod. In fact, it's supporting the investigation. Next investigation is coming up because it has helped to pay for the Airbnb, which is going to make the investigation even better. It's actually going to be part of the investigation because we're going to film that as well. It's going to be awesome. So, I've also got a special surprise coming up for the patrons, a little gift back to you guys. So head over to the Patreon if you want to be part of that. Okay, right. Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Lozzie. Thank you, Maya, for earlier. Hopefully Bailey will be back very soon. I'm only joking. He hasn't been abducted by aliens. We'll see you in a bit. Bye.
See ya.